This is our hash brown casserole we make every year. We've got hash browns, frozen hash browns, some cheese, we like mild cheddar, onions, sour cream, and cream of chicken soup, and just a little bit of oil, just enough to keep the onions from sticking to the bottom. We're going to brown the onions up, cook them a little bit, and then once those get cooked, we're going to put the hash browns in there. Now I'm going to put some oil in the pan, just enough to really just cover the bottom of the pan, just so the onions won't stick. You can see the onions are kind of gotten a little translucent. Some of them are browning up. Don't want them to get too brown because you don't want to burn them, because these are going to sit here for a little while. Dump the hash browns in here. And I kind of dump about half of them in there, kind of stir the onions up into them. And then I'll dump the rest of them on top and cover them up and let them sit for about 15 minutes, and then check on them to see if they're starting to get brown. This is after 15 minutes, just kind of stirring it around. I'll probably turn the heat down a little bit, and I like to get a little brown on the bottom, but I'll probably turn the heat down to medium-low, and just let it cook a little bit longer, because you don't want it to get mushy. You still want it to get some potatoes in there. For the hash brown casserole, you need to spray the pan. Normally we don't, because we use a glass casserole dish, but these metal pans, they tend to stick, so you need to spray them a little bit with oil so they won't stick really bad. It's been about another 15 minutes or so. The potatoes are good and soft. You notice I don't get it super brown, but you could brown it up some more if you wanted to, but this is the consistency I like it. You're going to put your sour cream in. Since I've already used this, I'll probably use a majority of this. I don't have an exact measurement. I'm just going to scoop out a good spoonful, because we like the flavor of the sour cream. I'm going to stir this up first. Get it kind of mixed in there. It'll thin your potatoes out of it, which is good because they kind of get clumpy. I'm going to turn my heat down to just low. And that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to take my cream of chicken soup, which does not like to come out, so use your spoon and I'm going to scrape it out. Stir that up really good. And the last thing we add is the cheese, but you want to make sure this is really good. Stir it in. Non-stick pan is essential for this dish, because potatoes and everything will be a sticky mess on the bottom. So make sure you use a non-stick pan. Now I'm just going to use some cheese, and we have a little extra cheese left over from tacos, I believe. I'm just going to stick that in there. It won't hurt any. And then I'm going to take my mild cheddar. It's about 2 cups. I'll dump most of it in there, and we'll see kind of how cheesy it looks. And if it looks good, then we'll save this for macaroni later on. And if it looks like it needs more, then we'll put more in there. So it's really just for your personal taste. If you like it cheesy, put more cheese. Now I've stirred the cheese in. This is about the consistency we like it. And dump it in your greased pan. And I'll put salt and pepper on this, on the top, and then you bake it on 350 for probably, I don't know, half an hour, 20 minutes or so, just until it gets brown on top and firms up, and it'll be done.
We are going to have a tossed salad with our meal today. It's very simple. Kevin is cutting up the cucumber into cubes. Kevin is cutting up the lettuce for the salad. Okay, this is the lettuce and cucumber, and Kevin's going to add just a little bit of onion because it's strong.
They're good?
Yeah, that's funny. And then we bought radishes. These were pre-cut, and I don't normally buy them like this, but they were actually cheaper pre-cut than the whole radishes. So why not? Because we always have a lot left over, and I won't use them for anything anyway, so even though you got more with the whole radishes, it just wasn't worth it. And Kevin just added the tomato. We will also, when we get to our destination, we'll add mayonnaise and nature seasoning. And that's your tossed salad.